Hello, happy Tuesday, happy Vlogmas day 16 I think, and I thought today I would do a little Q&A because last time I did a Q&A I think I had definitely less than 10k followers. I think it was maybe around 5 and now I've almost got 25k. Last one was very much like my backstory. This one will be probably a bit more up to date, a bit more about where I am now. If you don't know, I live in the Isle of Skye. And yeah, just a bit about me and a bit about life here. So without further ado, literally I think the first two are two different people saying, what is your skincare routine? And you guys see me do my skincare routine a lot, but I'll just go through what it is currently, or what my current favourite version of my skincare routine is, because I do kind of mix it up from night to night if I'm feeling like having a slightly different, I don't know, experience with my skincare. But I'll go grab the pieces. I only got this one like literally about a week ago, but I'm really enjoying it, and I'd said at the time I just hadn't found a cleanser that I was like in love with. So this one, I'm really enjoying it. It feels like nice on my skin. I like the feeling of like taking it off with a cloth. But yeah, I use this and a microfiber cloth to start my skincare. The next step is my Skin and Me for clarity. I have done an ad for these guys in the past and I've continued to subscribe to their product after it, but I'm no longer being paid to promote them. So my first two just had niacinamide and azelaic acid in it, and my very first one had a very low dose of it and the next one was stronger, and then I've noticed on this one that it's now got tretinoin in it. So they do really slowly ease you into these things that are maybe a bit scary when it comes to skincare. So I'm just really liking it, and I've noticed what I put on my little form for signing up was I wanted glowier, like more plump moisturized looking skin, and I feel like that has in the last few weeks really started to come through, so I'm delighted with the Skin and Me. Then I pop on a hydrating serum. Again, this one is very new, but it's my favourite so far. The one I used before was a La Roche-Posay, and when I put it on I was like, I didn't really know what this was doing, but this one I kind of can see what it's doing, if you know what I mean. So it's the Caudalie Vinyl Perfect Brightening Dark Spots Serum. So I pop that on after my Skin and Me. I wait about 5 minutes after my Skin and Me and then pop that on. I got this in the Black Friday sale. It's quite expensive, so look out for it being on offer in different places, because I don't know, we'll see how we go, but it'll probably be a bit like when it comes to repurchasing it again if it's full price. So check back in and see if I'm going to pay full price for it. And then up next, what do? So next I moisturise. So this Cetaphil moisturiser, I think it's like $5.99. It's brilliant as like an everyday moisturiser, and I love it. It does the job morning and night, like brilliant. And also all I do in the morning is moisturise. I don't have a morning skincare routine. I just wash my face with water in the morning and then moisturise and then SPF, but we'll get to that. If I'm wanting something a little bit more like luxurious feeling for my moisturiser, again, this was gifted. Check back in and we'll see if I purchase it. And afterwards, this boy, it's a spa quality moisturiser. It's insane, but again, very expensive. So if you just stick with this, that's also fine. But maybe after this one's run out, maybe I'll bite the bullet and buy it again. Maybe I will look for a slightly cheaper price pointed but more creamy moisturiser. So essentially this one's quite thin and liquidy and this one's creamy. So I've got the two different versions of moisturiser for what mood I'm in. But I didn't even say what this one is. It's the Ishka Marine Cream. It's amazing, but I think it's like £100. Then, not always, but I sometimes will end with face oil to do a bit of gua sha. Honestly, only if I've got the energy when it comes to the evening, or sometimes if I'm just feeling like being a bit pampered. And I use the Ordinary Rosehip Seed Oil. Super budget friendly, brilliant. I forgot, I also use the Banana Bright Eye Cream by Ole Henriksen. I've said before, I just never notice a difference with my eyes. I keep using an eye cream. I think I just don't like my eye area with my dark circles, but we power on, and this one, I think it's fine, but nothing makes my dark circles go away, so nothing will ever get a glowing review from me until they magically disappear. But yeah, pretty good I think. Okay, and this and one other thing that I'll come to right at the end, which is the most important thing for skincare, is your SPF. You've heard it time and time again. It really is the key to having good skin. I've been using SPF consistently for like 4 years now, so I think I started at a good time. But when I was like, I don't know, a teenager, it wasn't a widely spoken about thing. And I remember messaging my friend Sophie's sister, who's always been super into skincare, when I decided I wanted to get into skincare, and I was like, where do I start? And she was like, SPF, and that was the first time I ever heard of it, and I think it was when I was like 23. Not too late to start now. Guys, real talk, okay? The secret, apart from SPF, to good skin is genetics. Please, if you are someone that has struggled with your skin all your life, do not sit and compare yourself to me right now, because I have never had serious problems with my skin, and I don't want you to think that if you go out and buy all these things it'll give you skin like mine, because my mum has clear skin, my sister has clear skin, we're all so lucky with our skin, and I just want to be so honest and clear about that. Okay, on to the next. I'm just going in chronological order at this stage because that's probably easier. The next one that came in is, are house prices high in Skye? I would say they are ever increasing, and you know what? I've never actually, I don't think, said how much our house cost, but I'm actually very open about it with like friends and stuff, because it actually, like, I think it's quite important, and I think it helps give you an idea of how much the house prices in Skye are ever increasing. So we bought our house 2.5 years ago for 205k. We were so lucky, we got it at asking price, and essentially we had been to lots of viewings and we were just getting out of bed by, I swear, like 60k. It was wild. It was that post-COVID time where house prices were just astronomically insane, and we just kept getting out of bed, and we came to this house and we knew there was like a chance, because it wasn't move-in ready, although we moved straight in, and it wasn't like someone would buy it up and make it into an Airbnb, but we saw the potential and yeah, what we could do with it. So we stood in this very spot here, pretty much where, I don't know if you can see Nuala's little paws, but we stood there and said to the woman, like, look, so we'd viewed the house, and then she was like, oh, and you can go look at the garage outside, leave you to do that yourself. So Lee and I scuttled out to the garage and we're like to each other, like, oh my god, we love it so much, what are we gonna do? And we were like, we just need to like be so upfront with her this time, because all the other viewings we've been to, we'd been quite like, I don't know, we didn't say there and then how much we wanted it. So we stood there and we said, look, what do we have to do to get this house? And she was like, well, it's up for offers over 205, so 205 and a pound. And we were like, and she was like, if you put your offer in, I'll take the listing down today. It was basically, this house is a child of divorce, and the couple were separating and just wanted rid of it ASAP. So because I was obsessed with Zoopla, we were the first people to get a viewing, because I think I requested a viewing about 5 minutes after it went up, and yeah, because we were the first to view it and they couldn't be bothered with any more viewings, and here we are 2.5 years later. But anyway, that's a long-winded way to answer this question. So this house was 205, and now a very similar house not too far from here is up for 285. So that's kind of insane, I think. I think we got very lucky. I think about the cheapest just now would be like a semi-detached in Portree or Broadford, which usually sit around like 185. Get a detached cottage with views for 205, like, I still feel like someone's going to come take this house off me and be like, oh no, we got that wrong, we'll have it back, thank you. So yeah, I'd say they are quite high, especially compared to what they would have been back in the day. But then also, like, my sister is looking to buy a flat in London, and what she is dealing with budget wise compared to here, like, she wouldn't even get a garage in London for what we paid for this. Yeah, I would say house prices are expensive, but ask someone in London, ask someone in England, I guess, and they'd say no, house prices are great. Next person said, where do you get your furniture / decor? Love your style. So let me just look around the room and I'll just tell you where everything's from. So the stripy chair, I'll also overlay some videos of what I'm pointing at because you're not going to see it right now. The stripy chair is Dunelm. Love Dunelm. Delivers, oh actually no, they don't deliver to the Highlands. I had that sent to my mum and dad's and picked up from there. Bit of a bummer, but there's always workarounds. Stripy chair, Dunelm, great budget stuff. My lamp there, also Dunelm. That did deliver here, so I don't know if they just don't do large furniture to the Highlands. That sofa, which has a sofa cover on it, it's a made.com sofa, which I think is now no more, or were they bought? They might be back. With a BEMS cover on it. I would love a new sofa. Don't love it, but does for now. The drawers that the telly sits on are from Facebook Marketplace. I think I searched like pine antique chest of drawers and lots of stuff comes up for that. Best place to get drawers, I would say. I just don't think new drawers look as good as old drawers. So get your drawers on Facebook Marketplace. That table my mum sourced for me in a local like community reuse centre. Again, is it brown goods? Is that what you call them? Brown furniture? That style of furniture is pretty out of fashion, but I feel like it'll come back. and it's so cheap. That table was £35. So get yourself your table and chairs in charity shops because people are just chucking them away constantly. And we have like a new table that we bought on Wayfair up in the loft that looks good for like about 2 months and then was all scratched and horrible and like just not nice and flimsy and wobbly and broken. That thing will outlive me. This chair was a Next, I think it's called like a Sherlock armchair maybe from Next. Again, Facebook Marketplace, like £25, but I got it reupholstered in this fabric. So this £25 chair soon became like a £900 chair, but I would say worth it because like with the fabric and the reupholstery it was quite expensive, but it's one of my absolute favourite pieces in the whole house, so I decided, and the bones of the chair are really good, so I think it was a good investment. Rugs are Wayfair, so I think for their price and their quality and like the way they look like an old like antique rug, I think. That's Wayfair. What else we got? I think that's the bookshelves are Ikea's that I built in with B&Q MDF cut to size. Both bed frames are Wayfair. I really like Wayfair. Free delivery to the Highlands. Wayfair, if you ever change that, you'll break my heart. Please never do. I cannot love you more for offering that. So that's the gist of it. Facebook Marketplace, Wayfair or Dunelm, I'm going to say essentially, are the three that I shop from. Someone also said, "Hi, Merry Christmas season. Did you take a break from Vlogmas? Lots of love." Yes, I did. You probably noticed. I just needed the weekend off. I did film some of it, but I just can't. When my friends are over, I can't vlog. I just want to live in that moment. The main reason that I don't is because they've not signed up to be on my vlog. They've been invited over for a Christmas party. Imagine if they were like, "Oh shit, am I just here to be content?" Like, I just can't do that. I just find sometimes I draw the line with friends and just don't want to vlog with them. I have friends that do it too or find it fun, 100%, but in that situation just decided not to. Someone has said, "Do you have a day job?" So I don't really know how to answer that one because it definitely insinuates they don't think like being a content creator is a day job, which is fair. Like, it is a weird job, and some people don't see it as a career, I guess, but I work a lot for running this channel, running my Instagrams, like all the stuff I put on social media. I spend my days doing that, so that is my day job. But also, I guess I have my photography as well, and I guess to answer the question, I'm a freelancer, so I don't have a 9 to 5 job where I work for someone else. Someone has asked Santa or Father Christmas, and that's interesting because I've always said Santa, but I heard someone say the other day that was like an Americanism, but I don't know. Father Christmas feels quite English to me. Never ever said Father Christmas, and I don't remember anyone growing up saying Father Christmas either. And it was an English person I heard saying that they're trying to stop saying Santa because that's like Americanized. So maybe English people say Father Christmas, but I say Santa. Someone has asked, "How old is Nuala and how did you decide on getting a collie?" Nuala will be 4 in February. My little grown-up girl. She was born, I think the 7th of February or something, and we got her on my friend Alison's birthday on the 10th of April. And we decided on getting a collie because I grew up on a farm and we had labs, but we also had collies, but the collies, I don't know, they were always like free roaming in our yard, and I just had such a bond with them. I was actually scared of dogs when I was younger. I was scared of our dog Dirk, who was actually the biggest gentle giant ever, but I used to get my mum to like take him away so I could get out of the car. I don't know why. Honestly, it was so confusing, and then one day I was just like, wait, that's the most lovely dog I've ever seen in my life. He was so gentle and docile and lovely. And then we got little Alfie, and Alfie was, so Dirk died like when I was early secondary school, I think, and then we got Alfie. So Alfie's the dog that I remember the most. And then for lockdown, Lee and I, when we were on my mum and dad's farm, Alfie became like our pet almost. Like, he was retired from doing the sheep work, and we used to take him a walk every day. He was just our little best pal. We used to lie in the garden with him, and he was so old, so blind, so deaf. Passed away not long after Lee and I left the farm to move to Skye. And I think that maybe had a big part to play in it, just that bond with Alfie. And then when it did come to getting a dog, I'd always thought I wanted a Bernese Mountain Dog. But literally when we actually sat down and thought about it, I didn't even consider any other dog. I was like, I want a collie. And on the run up to it, we just kept bumping into people with collies as well, and we just really kept warming to them. And it just felt like a no-brainer. It just felt like we didn't sit and research breeds or anything. We were just like, right, let's get a collie. It just felt so right. That's the only way I can explain it. And also our lifestyle, a collie suits really, really well. They go the distance when it comes to like adventures. There's not many walks I would feel like I couldn't take Mila on or worry about her getting tired. And they're just a real like sturdy breed of dog that's like stood the test of time. Every collie my mum and dad had like lived for so long. So Nuna's actually gonna live forever. She's an immortal dog, so I'm really glad I paid extra to get that. I feel like I'm gonna add more kindlers to the fire because it needs a bit more oomph about it. So the next question someone has asked, maybe you've talked about this before but I missed it. Are you learning or thinking of learning Gaelic? So again, during lockdown I had like I think I once had a year-long streak on Duolingo for Gaelic, and then I just fell out of the swing of it, which is really annoying, but I dip back into it every now and again. And today is one of those days because this morning when I was having my morning coffee I heard Lee's Duolingo like bidding 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 going off, and I was like, why am I sitting scrolling on my phone when I could be learning Gaelic sitting here for 10 minutes? So we're back. I'm not going to promise too much. Also, it like gave me a little refresher kind of questions, and I got them all right. And I was like, wait, I still remember this. I need to keep going with this because I'm definitely doing better than I think. I think I definitely just get down on myself and I freeze up when it comes to speaking as well, which gets me a bit like, I don't know, bummed about it because I'm like, what's the point if I can't speak it to people? But I think you just need to keep going. And yeah, I did also do one in-person class, so beneficial, but I just couldn't find the time to fit any more in. But maybe in the new year. I feel like I'm getting in a better rhythm with all my work and stuff now, and one thing I do want to, I mean, I don't want to do the whole New Year's resolution. Actually, no, I love New Year's resolutions. So some resolutions that I have for the new year is to just really focus on my hobbies that are just for like self-improvement, i.e. my violin and learning Gaelic. So the new year, the focus will be on my hobbies. But yeah, highly recommend anyone that's considering it. The Duolingo course I'd say is actually pretty good. So, and how amazing you can get that for free. Like what an absolute like incredible thing to take for granted that you can learn a language for free on an app. Duolingo, if you're hearing this, would love to work with you. Someone has asked, what are your plans for Christmas Day? I will be at my mum and dad's house. So my mum and dad host Christmas every year. Last year we had it with Lee's parents here in our house in Skye, which was such a special Christmas. But yeah, we go year on year off with my mum and dad and Lee's mum and dad. So this year we're with my mum and dad, and so in the morning all of my dad's sisters and their husbands and their children and their children's children come over. And the way we do Christmas with my dad's side of the family, it's such a big family, we've always done it this way, and it's a way to like kind of support local businesses and also just be together as a family. Is on the run up to Christmas there'll be a Christmas shopping day for my dad's side of the family, and everyone will put money in and then they'll be divvied up between envelopes. It's kind of like Secret Santa but kind of not, and then the envelopes will be dished out to everyone that's at the Christmas shopping day, although everyone from the family will have an envelope and be bought for. And then you go off and you have your little envelope with someone's name on it and you go buy them a present from a shop in Stranraer. So everyone comes over on Christmas morning from my dad's side of the family, we exchange those presents. There's loads of kids on that side of the family as well, and my mum and dad's house is like laid out, it's like super open plan, and they'll get like, I don't know, really fun toys that they can like run up and down the house with, and it's always really, really nice. So there's like a mad like buzz in the morning with all these children and like loads of people there. And it was funny actually, the first Christmas that Lee came to my mum and dad's, I was like, oh, I think it's the quiet year this year, because like obviously my cousins and my dad's nieces and nephews are like married with children, so they alternate with their partners' families as well. So one year it's quiet, next year it's really busy. And I told Lee it was the quiet year, and then it was not. It was like the busiest year I'd ever been, and he was like meeting all of my family at once, like, oh my god. I'll be at my mum and dad's, and then in the afternoon it's a lot quieter. That's when my mum's side of the family come over. So this year we've got my mum's brother and his wife, and then their 4 children who are similar ages to us, and we get along really well. So it'll be nice this year, and I think my other uncle is maybe going to be there too. It's always structured like that, and it's always the same, and it's just really, really nice to know what you're going for. But my brother and sister will both be there this year, so cannot wait. We'll get another game of Catan. Someone has said, why don't you ever show your bathroom? Because I don't like it. I haven't renovated it. That's so funny. Someone has said, how did you go about making friends in remote places? And I did get quite a lot of questions like that, and I did respond to that one on my Instagram story. So, and a lot of people responded saying that they thought the advice I gave there was very good. So I shall read just what I wrote on that Instagram story, because I'll say the same for you guys. So I said, don't ever change who you are out of a desire to make friends. Be patient, authentic and kind. Attend local events and you should find your tribe eventually. But also don't worry if that looks different to the friendship circles you had before. And yeah, a lot of people said that resonated with them, and I think that is what I've tried to live by. I've struggled with it in the past. The first few years I really, really struggled, and now I realise I just needed time to find my people. It is really cool to make friends as an adult and get to seek the people that really align with you. So maybe it's good that it takes a long time, because you're not just settling or like trying to make yourself fit a mold to make friends. Okay, I love that my friend Gabby has asked this question, because this is always her thing, and I love that I get to answer it now. She said, if you could give 2024 a word, what would it be? And what would your word for 2025 be? Build. I feel like I've been building something this year, and I've been really focused on, like, I don't know, building friendships, building my life here, building a following, I guess, building a career for myself. I've just been like working on building like my life. So I think it's not a very like romantic or exciting word, but I feel like the word would be build. And I think for 2025 I want the word to be savor. I kind of feel like just savoring what I've built now, and not always thinking about the next thing, because I've kind of achieved a lot of the things I always wanted, and it's easy to just want to keep going. And I'll obviously never stop, like, because there's still so many things I want to achieve, but I just want to enjoy what I have and enjoy what I've built the year before, and savor in everything that I have, in all of my relationships and friendships and my environment and my home and my achievements, and just really sit in that and enjoy what I have. And again, yeah, like maybe have more time for my hobbies and my personal development over my like career development. So I'm gonna go savor for 2025 and build for 2024. Probably already getting so long. Someone said, not a question, just really love your content and I'm glad you're here. That's so nice. Someone said, how wet does it get in winter? This winter, very wet. Although it's actually, I'm looking out the window now, it's not raining just now, so that's a bonus. Someone has asked, is Nuala's name Gaelic? If so, what does it mean? Nuala's name is Irish, so Gaelic, I guess, and it's short for Fionnuala, which I love that name so much, and it means like the fair shouldered one, which is quite cute because Nuala has a little white like bit around her neck, so we just thought it suited her. We had a list with quite a lot of names on it. I really wanted her to be Dolly, because I love Dolly Parton and Dolly the Collie, but when we got her we just knew she was Nuala. She just suits it so much. I think she's got quite a sassy look about her. If she was a big like kind of like dopey collie, I think Dolly would be nice, but she's a Nuala. Someone has said, what's your favourite brand of affordable clothing? I really like Uniqlo or Uniqlo. I never know how to explain it, how to pronounce it. This jumper's from there, and my green jumper that I wear quite a lot is also from there. And I've got a few dresses, trousers and stuff. I think they're pretty budget friendly but amazing clothes. Someone has asked, would you ever get a second dog? Which I used to think, yes, I was really wanted a second dog, but now I think I'm pretty settled on just having one. I just would never want to disrupt the dynamic of Nuala's life. She's so happy, I like to think, and I know like they'd probably get along absolutely fine, but I think also because we do go away quite a lot and we have so many wonderful people that look after Nuala, and I personally hate asking for help from people, and I always like I'm in turmoil to ask people to look after her in the first place. And I think asking them to look after two dogs would just send me over the edge. So I think we're pretty settled on one, and she just like fills our cup so much as herself. I don't feel the need for two, and she sees other dogs a lot. She has loads of wee doggy pals and she's not lonely, and I work from home so she's never left home alone very often, so I think she's a content wee thing. I'm gonna do one more because this is probably like the longest Q&A in the world. Someone has asked, where did you get your sweater with the pixelated sheep from? My girlfriend loves it. Let me go grab it and show you the jumper they're talking about. You will have seen it multiple times because I've worn it like so many times in Vlogmas since I got it. Honestly, this jumper brings me so much joy. It's from Beaufort and Blake and I got it in a size large. Mine's pretty oversized. It's super like slouchy and baggy, so I think I probably could have got it in a medium, but I also really like the fit of the large, and it is an investment piece. I think it's like 150 maybe. I was very kindly gifted it from the brand, but I think your girlfriend would be very happy to receive this for Christmas because what a jumper. Guys, I'm not ready for the Q&A to end. I want to keep going. I'm going to do one more. Last question is, what's your favourite part about Vlogmas? Honestly, not to just be an absolute sap, but the best thing about Vlogmas, and something that I just feels like so different on YouTube, is the comments. Like everyone, I've never known a social media platform for people to go so in-depth and thoughtful and lovely in the comments, and particularly on that video where I spoke about starting therapy. Like, I just don't know any other app where you could get that, and I just think the community that you build on here is like second to none, and it takes so much time for you guys to write those comments, and I try my best to keep on top of as many as I can, and just know I read them all, and even if I don't reply, I have this thing in my head that I'm like, I will eventually reply to them all. Like, I'll sit down and like reply to 10, and if only like 4 have come in, I'm like, right, I've got 6 extra ones like kind of checked off. So in my head I feel like I'll eventually reply to them all, but I appreciate them all. I appreciate you all so much, and yeah, and starting this YouTube channel this year has just been a dream come true, and doing Vlogmas is something I always watched other people do and just thought I would never be able to do. So best part of Vlogmas, you guys. Well, I'm such a sick, I know, but it's true. So yeah, that's all for me from the Q&A today. I shall see you guys tomorrow for a day of cozy hobbies. See you then.